And a very pleasant good afternoon to everyone from Kewanee High School's football field. We've got soccer action this afternoon as the Boilermakers are playing host to Peoria High School on what has turned out to be an incredibly rainy afternoon. And having stood out in the rain to get rosters and lineups and sitting here in a rather amphibious manner, I can tell you it was raining pretty hard. We still got a pretty steady shower. Now, if you're looking for any kind of good news in the midst of all that, we've not seen any bolts of lightning. And thank goodness for that. If we see a bolt of lightning per IHSA rules, you have to wait 30 minutes. If you see another strike, you wait another 30, etc. We have not seen lightning here, just a good heavy rain, and right now it's coming down pretty steady. So unless lightning develops as we cross our fingers, they will be able to play and get things started on time. Well, it's been an interesting afternoon so far, and very nice to have you with us here. Once again, I'm Bob McKee, and wishing everyone a very pleasant good afternoon. Let's say thanks to our Boiler Booster live stream sponsors, including the Mel Foster Company, Cerno's Bar and Grill, and Coco's Coffee Shop, both in downtown Kewanee. Also, the People's National Bank, Cernovich's Auto and Truck Wrecking of Kewanee, Edward Jones in downtown Kewanee, the Kewanee Schools Foundation, Martin Engineering of Neponset, the Kewanee Physical Therapy and Rehab Specialist, Community State Bank, locations Galva and Kewanee, Great Dane of Kewanee, OSF St. Luke Medical Center in Kewanee, Gustafson Ford of Kewanee, the State Bank of Toulon, Goods Furniture in downtown Kewanee, Union Federal Savings and Loan, Hammond Henry Hospital of Geneseo and Kewanee, also the Ed Morse Automotive Group, Chevy, GM, right here in Kewanee, and last but certainly not least, Breedlove Sporting Goods in downtown Kewanee. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a different afternoon here with all of the rain, and so we're going to forego the normal PA introductions, and I think we're just going to start and get things off and rolling here as the rain continues to come down in a pretty good charge as we speak. So for the players out on the field, that's going to be an experience they're likely to remember. And let's see what happens here. We're just about set to get this one off and rolling. The Lions will have things first up as they will be starting off on the offensive end. We get the lineups kind of as we go. Again, it's just been kind of a rapidly changing situation here this afternoon. So we're just going to kind of fly by the seat of our pants as we're just about set to get it off and rolling here. And right now they're just kind of waiting for the official to give the okay. Not sure exactly what it is, but there it is, and we are underway here this afternoon. And once again, very nice to have you alongside here on the Kewanee Boilermaker live stream. So action underway here. It is Kewanee with the ball here on the near side as Isaiah McClellan starting this afternoon. Down the right sideline, sending it to Jesus Del Toro. Boilermakers trying to move it upfield and create some action, but ball knocked out of bounds, and tossing it in will be Jesus Del Toro. The Lions are going to intercept on the defensive end. Controlling is Luis Oriana. And for the Boilers, Alex Barone with a shot towards the goal. That ball's going to be knocked down by the goalkeeper, Rafael Osageda. And so Peoria does a nice job of stopping that shot on goal that time by the Boilermakers. Well, it was raining in an absolute torrential manner there for a while. It's raining steady, but not as heavy now. But it came down pretty good there, and so you might be able to say the all-weather field here will certainly be put into good use this afternoon. Well, we've got a stoppage of play out here at the moment. The officials are talking things over, not sure what the issue is. I'm fearing that somebody maybe thought they saw lightning. They're talking to team captains, and I think they're going over to the sideline to talk to coaches. And maybe there's just an equipment issue. I'm not sure. Only the officials can stop play down on the field. And I'm guessing maybe some kind of an equipment thing here as we speak. Well, for the Boilers this afternoon, starters are Alex Lee, Jackson Price, Alex Barone, Demarion Thomas, Jesus Del Toro, Isaiah McClellan, Alan Saucedo, Isidro Martinez, and Gustavo Bermudez is the goalkeeper for the Boilers here this afternoon. It would appear that the heaviest of rain is now moving off to the east-southeast, and hopefully the majority of it's done. Continues to be a light, steady shower as we speak. But it was an absolute monsoon just a few minutes ago. They continue to stand around on the field. I'm not sure what the issue is. At one point, I thought maybe some kind of equipment. But the officials stopping play just a little over a minute into this one. And they continue to hold discussions, but I think we're set to resume. So whatever it was apparently has been resolved successfully. So for the Boilers, tossing it in will be Jesus Del Toro. Upfield, Demarion Thomas with that swift left foot of his, slicing it up ahead. Isidro Martinez, a shot on goal. And this one's a little bit too high. It goes through the football uprights, but again, just a little bit high on that one. Second shot on goal already so far for the Boilermakers. Not a save situation as such. That ball was way up in the air, but a nice shot by our Isidro Martinez. And now the Boilers trying to set the offense as they're working on the Lions side of the field. Del Toro slices it up ahead to Martinez. Isidro trying to get through the defense. A little squib kick, looking up ahead, trying to go to the left side. And this one's going to be awfully close. The Boilers down on the goal line, down in the end zone. And a nice job by the Lions goalkeeper that time, Rafael Osageda, to come out and get that one away. That play was mighty close. Had the Boilers been able to control, they might have had something. But now quickly, Peoria back the other way on the offense. Jesus Velasquez on the right side trying to get a shot. Good defense by the Boilers. Peoria will clear it back out and try and reload the offense. Off to the left side here with the kick. And the Boilers do a nice job of intercepting that one, as Isaiah McClellan will get the clearing kick. And the Boilers do a nice job of moving it upfield. Isidro Martinez on the offensive side of the stripe. But the Lions will steal it away. Clearing kick going to be blocked very nicely by Kewanee. And up ahead it's going to go to Christian Ibarra for Peoria. And the ball out of bounds this time off of Luis Oriana. Well, we're just underway here this afternoon. Again, just some heavy-duty rain just a short while ago. It appears that most of the rain now is kind of moving off and away, and it looks like, with the exception of maybe a few sprinkles, things have kind of calmed down. But, boy, there for a while, man, oh, man, was it coming down. Nevertheless, the goalkeeper, Henry Iraheta, will clear it out for the Lions. Boilers knocking it down. And Peoria back the other way, a headbutt this time by Jackson Price goes against the Boilers. And then, unfortunately for Kewanee, another clearing kick is going to go against the Boilers. That's a tough one that time by Demarion Thomas, but a nice job by Gustavo Bermudez to knock that one down. Boilers had the right idea, but on both plays, it just went the wrong way. Nevertheless, out of bounds here on the near side. Henry Iraheta will toss it in. Make that Christian Ibarra. Ibarra gets it back. And the Lions are trying to center things up. Good defense this time by Isaiah McClellan. And a stoppage of play here. And the Boilers will have a free kick right around the Kewanee 25-yard line. Doing the honors will be Jackson Price. No score here. Down to the 35-20 mark in this first period. Nice clearing kick way up ahead. And for Peoria, Joju Martinez will track that one down. And the Lions trying to work things up ahead. Tough day for the fans here, as just a handful in attendance. And, of course, those bleacher seats are sopping wet. So if you decide to come out, you might want to bring a towel. A stoppage of play on the far side as Isidro Martinez will be getting a free kick for the Boilers just inside the 30 of Peoria. Peoria setting their defense, and the Boilermakers lining up in front of the mouth of the goal. Here's the approach and the kick. Oh, wow, what a line drive shot. This one's going to get by the goalie. And the Boilermakers have scored. Isidro Martinez from the 30-yard mark out at a sharp angle. And as I've said many times, Isidro does not have legs. He just has cannons. And boy, did he ever put it to use that time. He drilled a line drive shot. That is just very, very impressive. So the Boilers up 1-0 as Isidro Martinez with what a shot that time. Boilers dropping back on defense as the Lions mounting an attack on the far side. Christian Ibarra passing it up ahead. And this ball is going to go out of bounds on the far corner off the leg of Jose Paz. Boilers back very nicely on defense that time. And again, Kewanee with a 1-0 lead as we're inside of 34 minutes here in this first stanza. Corner kick coming up for the Lions from the far side over on that northeastern corner of the field. Trying to get it in front of that goal to some of his offensive teammates. They do it, but the Boilers back on defense very nicely. A left side kick going to be knocked down this time by Isaiah McClellan. Still in that left corner. Lions trying to clear it out. And now the Boilermakers will get the clearing kick. Nice job this time by Alan Saucedo. Stepping in is Anthony Pisano Doriel of Peoria. And the Lions trying to mount an attack once again. Jose Paz trying to drive it down. Ball's going to be knocked away. Out of bounds on that far side. And it does appear that the rain has finally let up. But it's wet out there still. But if you're out on the field, you're really not noticing those things. All right, the Lions to toss it in from the far side. And a good hit by this time by Demarion Thomas to knock that one away. Jackson Price steps in, kicks it up the line, but it's out of bounds. So the Lions will have another attempt here deep in Boiler territory inside the 10. They'll toss it in, trying to center it. Back and forth, one of the Lions down on the field. I think somebody either turned an ankle or caught a kick or something. Maybe a leg cramp. There's a shot on goal. It's a little bit wide that time. Not a save situation as it was way wide. But whoever was down back up now once again, and I think okay. So the official spotting the ball. And let's see where they move it to. All right. Going to be a free kick for the Lions at the Boiler 4-yard line. This is trouble. Gustavo Bermudez back in the net. Here's the kick. And it goes into the left corner for a goal. And that time it was Jose Paz at the 32-26 mark here of this first period. That's going to tie things up at 1 apiece. Tough spot for Gustavo, and really a tough spot for any goalkeeper to be in. You're looking at somebody that's about 4 yards off the end line. You get a step or so, and you drill that ball. It's just a tough spot to be in. Nevertheless, hats off to the Lions. They tied the game up at 1 apiece, and it will be Boiler ball to get this next set underway. Isidro Martinez up near the stripe. He'll send it back, and it goes, unfortunately, right by Jesus Del Toro. Picked up by Isaiah McClellan. Nice kick up ahead looking for Isidro as they're trying to get it into Lion territory. Right now controlling Alan Saucedo. Ball back the other way very quickly as the Lions will send it off to the far side. The Boilers will bring it back in here. No, I beg your pardon. They're going to say off Kewanee and back to Peoria. Bringing it in is Julian Nahara. And he'll clear it off to Jefferson Nunez. Boilers doing a nice job being a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end here. Ball out of bounds on the far side. At about the Kewanee 40, maybe the 45, somewhere in there. Peoria to toss it in. Bringing in to Henry Irahita. And the Lions trying to move it upfield. Nice job by the Boilers to clear it. Jackson Price with a nice kick. Del Toro tries to get a kick. The ball's going to be stolen away. Shot on goal. It's wide to the right. And I don't know, I suppose you call that a shot on goal, but it was wide right. Really no opportunity for a save on that one as the ball not near the net. So a kick coming up here from the Boiler goal line by Gustavo Bermudez. Here's the approach. Nice line drive kick, side-to-side spin. Up to the 45. Boilers trying to control, trying to work the offensive set. Intercepted by Peoria on the far side. Julian Nahara is going to clear it upfield. And the Boilers and the Lions racing into the end zone. A couple of players, one from each side down. No flags or anything like that. So once again, the Boilers will kick it out from the end zone. I beg your pardon, they're going to bring it out across the 10 to about the 13-yard line. Jackson Price to kick from there. And a nice kick all the way down to the Peoria 40. Isidro Martinez there trying to get the offense along with Alan Saucedo. Saucedo to the right side. Here's a shot on goal and a save by the Lions. Nicely designed play that time by the Boilers and really worked the offense well. And a good shot by Saucedo, but good goalkeeping that time by Rafael Osageda. Boilers working the offensive end. They've been aggressive on that side of the ball so far. Peoria, on the other hand, gets very quickly a steal. It's a 2-on-3. Nice little shot down on goal. Here's a save by Bermudez. Third shot on goal for the Lions in this first stanza. We're down to the 29-20 mark. Again, we're tied up at 1. As the ball out of bounds there on the far side. So they'll be tossing it in from about the Boilermaker 40, I think it's going to be. And Jackson Price to toss it in. And a nice intercepting kick that time by Henry Irahita. Peoria trying to work the offense, but again, Boilers being aggressive. Deep shot to the far left corner, not even close to the goal, but if nothing else, kind of a clearing kick that time. And so tossing it in will be Peoria. Jesus Del Toro on the interception for the Boilermakers. Clears it to Alex Barone. Peoria with a steal back the other way. Jefferson Nunez. And we got a couple of players down. Nunez is down, and one of the Boilers is down, and I think that's Demarion Thomas, and I hate to say that. I don't know if it's the slippery field or just what, but we've already seen a couple of 3 players go down. And fortunately for Demarion, he's back up. A little bit of hobble there, but I think he's okay. Get him over to the bench and kind of regroup. He's doing a nice job for these Boilers. Diego Torres will check in now for Kewanee. As Demarion over to the bench to kind of regroup there. And the Boilers with a kick. Jackson Price with a nice clearing kick up ahead. Unfortunately, Peoria with a nice interception, but the Boilers return the favor. Alex Ramos out there to send that ball back the other way. Ball out of bounds once again. Over on that far side over there. We're inside of 28 minutes in this first stanza. And again, we're tied at 1 on this Wednesday afternoon. Peoria on the far side, that right sideline trying to move it upfield. Good defense by the Boilermakers to knock it back out. Scramble near midfield. And Peoria has it. Jefferson Nunez to try and clear it out of there. And it's going to be a free kick coming up here for the Lions from the Boiler 48-yard line. Kewanee dropping back defensively. Peoria sending their offensive players into the zone. And a little squib kick here. Josu Martinez off to the right side. Peoria trying to set their offense. Working off on the right side, Diego Torres with good defense down in the corner. And the Lions will get it back way deep down in the end zone. And we have an infraction, and it's going to be a kick for the Boilermakers here. And once again, Gustavo Bermudez from that goal line will get the free kick here. Steps in, and a nice side-to-side kick, head-butted straight ahead for about another 35 yards. That's maybe 25, but that's pretty impressive. Isaiah McClellan with a nice clearing kick up across the midfield stripe, looking for Kingston Peterson. Ball out of bounds into the Lion bench over there. Peoria trying to work the offense on that far side. Boilers with pretty good defense so far. Both clubs have actually played pretty well to this point. Boilermakers, this is one of the better outings I've seen out of the Boilers. Oh, nice back-footed kick from Martinez. Up ahead to Alex Barone on the left side, trying to get the offense going. Peoria does a nice job defensively of clearing it out of there. Here's a clearing kick way up ahead. This could be trouble. Could it be look out, look out. It's going to be a shot on goal. It's going to be wide left as Gustavo Bermudez coming out very, very quickly. And I think there was some contact out there off the kick. Both guys were going at each other at about 100 miles an hour. And it was a shot on goal. It was way wide to the left, but a great job by Gustavo Martinez to come out and create some defensive interference there. So once again, the Boilers with a kick from the goal line. Bermudez to send it out. And for Kewanee, Dontel Womack will check in to the lineup. Sitting down as Alan Saucedo. As we're approaching the 24.5-minute mark in this first stanza. And there's the official okay. Now here's the approach and the kick. Coming to the near side, just across the 30. Probably with a nice job that time by Christian Ibarra to knock it down. But the Boilermakers respond very quickly, sending it back upfield once again. Out of bounds on the far side. We're tied up at 1 here in this first stanza. As the Lions trying to get some offense on that right side. But again, the Boilers playing good defense this afternoon. Shutting down that attack. Another clearing kick here by Peoria, but plenty of time for Gustavo Bermudez to catch up with that one. He'll pick it up right on the goal line and gets ready to clear it out of there. Nice long kick up to about the midfield stripe, bouncing inside the 40 of Peoria. And so the Riveters, rather, the Boilermakers, I beg your pardon. That one's been stuck in the back of my throat. I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. Nevertheless, Boilermakers doing a nice job. As I say, their defense has been a little bit sharper up front. Their offense, they've been a little bit more offensively minded, it seems. And so, pretty good play on both sides so far. Down in that far right corner, Joel Lopez of Peoria trying to get something working, but one's going to be out of bounds on the sideline there. Lions will bring it back in. They'll toss it up ahead this time. Henry Irahita with a headbutt. Ball squibs away. Back to the far side again. And we've got another whistle. I think there was a little bit of a tripping penalty on the far side as Kingston Peterson trying to get control of the ball for Kewanee, and Peoria right behind, and I think that's where the kick came in. So the Boilers will have a kick from the Kewanee 16-yard line. Jackson Price with a beauty of a kick up ahead to about the 35 of Peoria. Off one of the Boilermakers, however. And very quickly, Peoria back this way. Here in the near side, Isaiah McClellan has it. Ball knocked away by Jefferson Nunez. And the Lions trying to work the offensive end here. Let's see where they go with it. Nunez out on top, facing defense, and a nice clearing kick this time by Jesus Del Toro for the Boilermakers, up to about the Kewanee 45. Dontel Womack trying to steal the ball away there. And a return pass back up from Kewanee down the right side. Isidro Martinez on the right side charging in. He cannot get to the ball in time. As a good play that time by Jordani Vasquez, stepping in and knocked that one away. Otherwise, Isidro had a bit of a beeline to the goal line, but just could not get there in time. 21-21 in the clock. Here in the first stanza, we're all tied at 1 apiece. And it's very nice to have you alongside here on this Wednesday afternoon. The rains came here a little bit ago, and boy, did they ever. They do appear to be departing, however. And so the field a little wet, but that's such a great field that no problem in terms of taking on moisture. It might be a little wet on the surface. But outside of that, it's in great shape, as you know. Boilers going down that left sideline with a pass that's way deep and way out of bounds. And so they're going to bring it back in here in just a moment or two. We're all tied up at 1 here this afternoon. The Lions are in town. The Peoria Lions are in to take on these Boilermakers. We have just the varsity contest here this afternoon, at least as we speak. And a clearing kick from the far corner, trying to work it into the mouth of the goal. Here's a shot on goal, kind of wide to the right, just kind of trails off. Officially, we'll call that the 4th shot on goal for the Boilers here in this first stanza. Ball down here in the near corner. It'll be another corner kick for Kewanee. Bringing it in will be Kingston Peterson as the offense lines up for possession. There's the kick. They're trying to get it right in front of the mouth of that goal. A little bit wide, and Peoria steps in defensively to clear it. Up ahead, Alex Lee with a clearing kick. Trying to get that offense working. Del Toro here on the right sideline, chasing it down the line. Saves it from going out. And a kick up ahead, more of a pass, I guess, than a shot on goal, but it's behind the net. And rolls out of bounds that time. So Peoria from their goal line, as their goalkeeper, Rafael Osageda will do the kicking. Everyone taking position. The approach, a little squib kick out to about the 15. As the Lions trying to work some offense. Josu Martinez has it. Ball out of bounds as the Boilers down there playing defense. Once again, Kingston Peterson in on the play. So another toss in this time for the Boilermakers. Diego Torres on that far side, just inside the Peoria 20. Little toss to Isidro Martinez. He's in the midst of some defensive traffic trying to clear it out. Little clearing pass up ahead. And the Boilers on the attack. Charging towards the goal. However, Peoria's defense brings it back, and a long kick from way out on high. That one almost went over the goalie's head and went in. I guess you got to call that a shot on goal, but Alex Lee from about the 45. That ball bounces in front of the goalkeeper very high, up high. And initially, I don't think he figured it was going to go up like that, but it just about went up and over the top of his hands. He's able to gather himself up at the very last moment. That one was a lot closer to a score than what it initially appeared. Well, nevertheless, Kewanee tosses from the far side. Inbounding. Trying to work it up that left sideline. The Lion defense is there. And a clearing kick here by Peoria. Up ahead, Jackson Price to squib that ball out of bounds as Peoria was coming on the offensive set that time. As it is, they'll have a toss in here on the Boiler end of things. We'll see where they spot that ball. It's like right around the Kewanee 10-yard line. Tossing it in this time to Luis Oriana. And a little floating kick into the end zone. And Gustavo Bermudez playing cat and mouse, waiting for the offensive player to just about get there. Picking up it, of course, at the last moment. Kick upfield, looking for Isidro Martinez off his foot. The Lions will try and work the offense down the left sideline. Isaiah McClellan breaks it up, sends it down the right sideline. And the Lions working back on their side of the field. Look out, there's Kingston Peterson almost with an interception and would have had a clear line to the mouth of the goal. Peoria back the other way very, very quickly. Out of bounds on the far side. Alex Lee to toss it in for Kewanee. Had butted away this time by Jesus Velasquez. Right now working back and forth on the Kewanee end of things, basically between the 20 and the 40. So not a lot of traction as of yet. As we wait over there on the far side. Tossing it in will be Diego Torres. Peoria with the interception. The Lions trying to work the offense quickly. Boy, there's a squibbit out of there. Kewanee's played good defense so far. We're tied at 1. Out here on the near side, Jesus Del Toro. Boy, they seem a lot more aggressive than the last time I saw them. They played very well so far. Peoria's a solid team, no question about it. Back and forth, a nice job here by Alex Barone to lead the charge up ahead. Tries to get the clearing kick to Dontel Womack. Lions will knock it down, back the other way. And the Boilermakers here on the near side. Isaiah McClellan down that right sideline. Working it up ahead. They're going to beat the defensive line. Can the Boilers get to it in time? Just about, but not quite. Great defense that time by Yordani Vasquez to step in to the line of play. Kewanee had the B. They just couldn't get to the point of attack in time. Peoria back the other way. Look out. This is trouble. In the clear this time. Nunez with a shot on goal. It's going to be partially knocked away. He's saying, hey, look, I was kind of tampered with as I was moving upfield. No call from the official. So, no harm, no foul. As we're inside of 15 minutes here in this first stanza. And again, we're all tied up at 1 apiece. Clearing kick this time by the Boilermakers. And down near the goal as the goalkeeper down, and I think he's maybe got a little bit of a pain down. He's down on the floor. I think they're going to have to stop play here for him. He's really ailing. Don't know if he caught a kick or just what it was. All right, I think that it would appear that Rafael Osageda will be okay. They're working on him as we speak, and I thought initially he was going to bounce back, but they're kind of looking at his right elbow just a little bit. And not sure if he's going to be able to continue. Clock stop 14-14 here in this first stanza. And it would appear that Osageda is going to be okay. But kind of struggling to shake off whatever ailment down there. Both clubs have been pretty aggressive here this afternoon. And so far, the Boilers playing on one of their better games. And it does appear that we might have a new goalkeeper coming in. And let's see, the jersey number from here, I believe, is 99. But that doesn't often equate, as we don't have one of those numbers here. So we're going to give it our best shot. As the goalkeeper has to leave with some sort of an injury. Again, was Rafael Osageda. So I'm going to give it my best guess. They do list 3 goalkeepers on their roster. Nevertheless, back to live action. Boilermakers controlling on the Lions side of the field. Stolen away by Jefferson Nunez of the Peoria Lions. Up ahead now to Luis Oriana down the left sideline. Tracking it down, Jackson Price sends it back to his goalkeeper, Gustavo Bermudez. Big kick all the way up to the Lion 45. Out there, Alex Gobelin trying to control. Boilermakers here with a nice kick in the middle of the field by Chance to Splinter. Trying to find the offense, but that one's going to get away. And headbutted out to the Boilermakers, Isaiah McClelland. Kewanee on the attack, lead pass up ahead. And once again, the Lions will send it back to their goalkeeper. And he'll send it up ahead. It's going to roll near the midfield stripe. Well, teams back and forth. Boilermakers trying to get some offense going here. Alex Barone around the 35 of Peoria. Over to the left side. Down there, a clearing kick by Diego Torres, trying to feed the offense, but this one's going to squirt away off the sideline, off the end line, and out of bounds. And the Lions will be bringing it back in here in just a moment. Off on that far side, they're going to toss it back in. Boilers doing a nice job defensively, deep down in Lion territory. Peoria trying to get the offense moving down that right side. Ball knocked away. Good job by Kingston Peterson. And again, the Boilermakers have seen a bit more aggressive here this afternoon. And playing some pretty good ball. We're tied at 1, down to the 12-10 mark here of this first stanza. Kewanee trying to clear it up ahead. But we've got a whistle and another infraction here. Yeah, let's see. I believe the Boilers going to have a kick from right about the 40-yard line of Kewanee. Jackson Price from there. And there's a nice kick all the way down inside the 20-yard line of Peoria. And a nice job by one of the Lions just to stick a foot out to try and kick it back up. But the Boilers very quickly regain control. Alex Gobelin on the right side. They're trying to get a kick off. This ball is going to be partially blocked. Squirts high in the air. And way wide right of the net. Really not a shot on goal that time, if you will. So, going to be a corner kick by Kewanee. Boilers in front of the goal ahead, but almost it's going to sail just a little bit wide. And the Boilers not able to cash in on that particular opportunity. So once again, Peoria to kick from that goal line. Waiting for the approach here. The approach and the kick. Little side-to-side spin. Rolls up all the way across the 40-yard line. Lions trying to move the offense up ahead. Kick going to send the ball out of bounds here on the near side. And that one off the foot that time of Christian Ibarra. Boilers trying to work the offense here on the near side. Trying to drive down this right sideline. Ball sails away. Out of bounds. I believe the Lions are going to be tossing it back in here. Actually, maybe a kick. The official over to spot the ball. And so Peoria will be kicking here from the near side. Kristen Ibarra, as we're now inside the 10-minute mark. Up ahead to Jesus Velasquez. Boilers with nice defense. Kingston Peterson stepping in on the far side to knock it away. Peoria gets it back. A nice returning kick by Chance to Splinter upfield, and ball's going to be knocked out of bounds on the far side by Tyshawn Barnett. So we're down to the 9-minute mark, and again we're all tied up at 1 apiece. Nice to have you with us on this Wednesday afternoon. Most of us know it. If we don't, I can tell you this. Water is a conductor of cold. Nevertheless, Boilermakers on the attack, trying to get it inside, but good defense by the Lions down around the Peoria 15. Clearing kick out to the midfield stripe. Back the other way. Good job, Jackson Price, to clear it away. Up ahead to Alex Barone. Barone in the middle of the field trying to lead the charge. Little squib pass up ahead. Oh, my goodness sakes. Half a step away that time from Alan Saucedo. You give Alan one more half step. Bingo. He's going to line that up with a line drive shot, but just a little bit off, and the Peoria defender also getting in the way, but that one was very, very close. Corner kick for Kewanee, looking to center it in, and the goalkeeper with a nice catch. The official out on top, whistling the play dead. I'm not sure of the man's name, but he's been in charge right from the start, and he really seems to know his business. Going to be another corner kick for Kewanee. Kingston Peterson to do the honors. Here's the kick. Everybody in front of the goal, but this ball way up and over the top of the goal and goes out on the far side, almost in a straight line. But unfortunately, nothing doing in the scorebook that time for the Boilermakers. Once again, we're tied at 1. That first score came fairly early as Gustavo Bermudez, right around the 34-25 mark of that first period. And that was answered at 32-26 by Jose Paz of Peoria. So again, we're tied at 1. Lions trying to clear it out of their defensive end. Boilermakers remaining aggressive down there. Pass up to Jesus Del Toro on the right side, trying to clear it. Ball's going to be knocked away. And the Lions with a nice job that time of playing good defense. Back this time again to Jesus Del Toro. He's going to bring it in here from the right sideline. And the ball up in the air, and this time a nice headbutt by Alex Barone. Another headbutt this time from Alan Saucedo on the right side, driving towards the mouth of the goal. And the ball is going to be picked up by the goalkeeper as they were charging down inside. Good defense also on Saucedo. And Allen had a pretty nice move, but ball just a little bit short on the right side. Nice job by the goalkeeper to come out and kind of snuff that play down to the turf. We approach the 6-minute mark here in this first stanza. And again, we're all tied up at 1 apiece. You know, the official talking something over with Alan Saucedo of the Boilermakers. And it looks like the Boilermakers have a golden opportunity here. Isidro Martinez will have a free kick from right at the Peoria 4-yard line. I hesitate to say this should be money in the bank, but let's see. The approach, the kick. Oh, way high. Hits the horizontal and bounces up. And that is unfortunate. Isidro's got his head in his hands. He knows he just missed a golden opportunity. That is a toughie, my friends. So we remain tied at 1. You got to feel for Isidro on that one. He's going to wake up about 3 o'clock tomorrow morning, and that's going to be the first thing that he thinks of. That was a tough one. So the goalkeeper for the Lions will send it out across the 35. Nice headbutt this time by Alex Barone. Lions trying to move it upfield. Nice headbutt there by Jesus Velasquez. Boilermakers stealing away, trying to work the offense on the far left side. Peoria with an interception. They'll work what's their right side, headed down the line. Jackson Price with an intercepting kick. It's going to go out of bounds on the far side, and the Lions will toss it in very quickly. I think the official says, hey, let's slow down and try that again. A brief stoppage over there on that far side. And the Lions will toss it in. They'll bring it in this time to Jesus Velasquez. A little bit of a scrum on the far side. The Boilermaker defense gumming the machine up pretty good. They played good defense. Clearing kick by Alex Lee all the way down the line. Ball is going to roll inside the Peoria 20. Boilermakers were coming on offense. And the Lions will toss it out of bounds, or rather the Boilers, I beg your pardon. Kimani looking for the offense that time, trying to find Alex Barone. Pass just a little bit too deep. Another stoppage of play. And again, that lead official doing a really good job of controlling this game. You can just tell by the way he goes about his business that he knows what he's doing out there. Just about to the 4.5-minute mark here in this first stanza. And again, we're tied at 1. Peoria the pass across the timeline. Make that the 50-yard line. Nice job by the Boilermakers. And is that, no, I thought that was maybe, Demarion Thomas is back out there. Good to see that. He's a very unique player. In terms of straight line speed, he can get there right now. But even more impressively, he has a left foot that snaps. It's almost like he's doing a front snap kick in the martial arts. But that leg is just, it's uncanny how quick he really is. Nevertheless, ball out of bounds over on that far side over there. Jesus Bermudez, the head coach of these Boilermakers. Brett Heinlein, the head coach of Peoria. Had a chance to visit with both of them before the game and get a couple of pretty good coaches here this afternoon. Ball off the inline on the far side, and the Lions will be tossing it back in here from about the Peoria 20-yard line. Two-handed toss. It's going to go up ahead to Armani Alonso. And the Lions trying to work that right sideline across the midfield stripe. They've got some numbers on their side. Turnaround kick. Look out, it's going to be a breakaway here. And a shot on goal. And this is going to be a goal for Jesus Velasquez. The Boiler goalkeeper stepped up to meet the play but could not get there in time. And Velasquez with a goal at the 3:03 mark here of this first stanza. And Peoria now has taken a 2-1 lead. That was a tough one for Gustavo. He was out to try and meet the play. But hats off to the Lions that time as Velasquez just very quickly to the point of attack that time, and that's the difference. Nevertheless, Boilermakers now trying to clear things out up ahead. Looking for Martinez at the 40, stolen away by the Lions. Peoria trying to work the offense. Good defense here. On the near side by Jesus Del Toro of Kewanee. Peoria back the other way. Look out, that ball's loose, but Boiler defense responding in time. Isaiah McClellan kicking it out of bounds here. And for the Lions, Kristen Arbaya to toss it back in. Nice job by Del Toro of the Boilers. However, a steal by the Lions and a steal back the other way by Alex Barone of Kewanee. Peoria trying to work that offensive end. Julian Nahara on the far side with a clearing pass up ahead. And this time, Gustavo Bermudez able to meet the play. And he's got the free kick. It's a line drive out across the Boiler 40. Gets ahead inside the Peoria 40, inside the 30, in fact. Jackson Price on that far side trying to drive it in. And the ball is going to slip away off that left side of the net. We're inside of 2 minutes here. In this first half, and again 2-1 now. Peoria's taking this lead, scoring a goal here just a moment ago. Here's the corner kick up front. This one's going to be head-butted in. It's going to be a score. A beautiful play by Alan Saucedo. How about that? From the corner kick, the ball clears up ahead, and it's a headbutt in, and that's just a really, really nice play by the Kewanee Boilermakers. We're tied at 2 with a minute 26 in this first half. Very, very well done by the Boilermaker offense. Down to the final minute or so, I must tell you, I watched a little bit of some soccer the other day on ESPN, and they had the Spanish announcers calling it, and somebody scored a goal, and of course they can say goal for like 30 seconds in a row. It's very impressive the way they do it. I can't, but nevertheless, I was pretty charmed by the whole thing. But if I could have done the 30-second thing, I'd have done it there, because that was a very, very nice play by the Boilermakers. Inside of a minute here in this first stanza, and again we're tied at 2. Boilermakers have played very well this afternoon. Peoria's got a very solid club on their hands, and the Boilers, both on the offensive and the defensive ends, have played well. In fact, I might suggest this afternoon their offense has been as crisp as we've seen it to this date, but they spent a lot of time down on the Peoria side of the field. That's a good sign. Now this first stanza just about over here. Peoria's goalkeeper with a nice kick way up ahead. Bounces at about the 40. But that's going to do it for the first stanza. And again, at the break, we are tied at 2 apiece. We've got the second half coming up in just a few moments. And just very, very quickly, we'll take a short break, and we'll be back with that second half here in just a moment. Again, at the break, we're all tied at 2 with the Boilermakers and the Peoria Lions. Back once again here at Kewaunee High School's football field. Soccer action taking place here. And once again at the break, we're all tied up at 2-2, the Boilermakers and the Peoria Lions. And for Kewaunee, Isidro Martinez had the first goal of the night, 34-25 of the first period. Boilers up at that point, 1-0. Then for Peoria, they'll get a goal just a little bit later at 32-26 by Jose Paz. We're tied at 1. And then Jesus Velasquez gets another goal for Peoria at the 3:03 mark of that first half. And at that point, you kind of thought, well, maybe that's all the scoring, but not so. With 1:26 in the half, Alan Saucedo on a beautiful play by the Boilers will drive it in from the right side. We're tied at 1, or beg your pardon, we're tied at 2. And again, these Boilers have looked pretty good this afternoon. Second half just about set to get underway here. And so very nice to have you alongside. Once again, I'm Bob McKee, wishing everyone a very, very pleasant good afternoon. Clouds still boiling around. Not sure if any more rain is coming. You might have noticed earlier it rained pretty good, just kind of leading into the start of this game. In fact, it was a monsoon for a while. But things have calmed down, and now just kind of cloudy and chilly and all of the above. Second half underway, a kick back to Isidro Martinez from the Kewaunee 45 long kick, way wide right. So nothing doing there. Boilermakers, by my account, had 5 shots on goal in that first stanza, and Peoria had 4. But in any event, the second half is just underway, and once again, we're tied at 2 apiece. Boilers tossing it in from the far side. Up ahead, once again, trying to find Alan Saucedo. They had such success on that play just before intermission. And why not go back to it? In case you might be wondering at home, there will be a fresh soft game. However, it won't be broadcast. It was not on the schedule. Both coaches have decided that they will go ahead and have the fresh soft game, but it was not planned, so officials will not even be on hand. So no broadcast on that second one, but in case you're wondering, they will play a fresh soft game. Here's a shot towards the Boilermaker goal from the far left side. And we're going to call a save that time for Gustavo Bermudez. Close enough into the fray, if you will. Ball clears out to the far side. And it will be Peoria tossing it in this time from about the 45-yard line of Kewaunee. Trying to work it down that left sideline. Never really getting control there. So back to the Boilermakers tossing it in will be Alex Barone. Looking up ahead. Boilermakers very aggressive on the offensive end. Kingston Peterson trying to loop a little pass to the right side. That pass is going to be intercepted. Lions trying to work it upfield, but the Boilers again with that sticky defense. Here's a shot down that right side by the Boilers. Alan Saucedo, make that Isaiah McClellan, I beg your pardon. In any event, Kewaunee on the right side. And over there, once again, it's going to be Alan Saucedo trying to make something happen. But the ball out of bounds off of Saucedo. Peoria tosses it in. Boilermakers headbutting it back. Nice job, Jesus Del Toro. Again, on that far left side over there. Ball out of bounds once again. Boilermakers toss it in. Looking for Saucedo. He's down in the corner. Ball's going to be knocked away this time. And it's going to be off of the Lions as being knocked away this time by Rafael Osageda. Off the inbound, the Lions steal it very quickly up ahead. Line drive shot all the way down to the Boilers 10. Nice job by Gustavo Bermudez to step in and kick it away. It's out of bounds across the midfield stripe. Pretty good leg for Gustavo. But the Lions are going to toss it back in here. We're all tied at 2. Second half just underway. And on that far side, it'll be Luis Oriana trying to drive it down the line. Good defense over there that time as the Boilermakers stepping in. Isaiah McClellan has had a really nice game. Lead pass up ahead a little bit wide right of the goal. Not really a shot on goal per se. And the ball rolling off the end line. And Gustavo will have another kick from the goal line of the Boilermakers. Everyone trying to get their position. Gustavo lining it up. Here's the kick. Side by side spin out across the 30. Peoria's there to work the offense. Henry Arahita has it stolen away. Boilers trying to head back the other way. And into the middle of the field this time. It's going to go to the Boilermakers. Alan Saucedo. He's got the taste after getting a goal toward the end of the first half. You can just see it. Kingston Peterson here on the left side, passing up ahead, trying to find Alex Barone. Ball a little bit too strong on the pass. Peoria back the other way. Bodies colliding around the 45. Peoria. That's going to be a violation against the Boilers that time, or too much contact. So the Lions will have a free kick, and it will be Henry Araheta to do the kicking from the Lion 45 down to the 35-minute mark here in our second half. And once again, we're all tied at 2. Pass way up ahead, off to the left side. Good job this time by Isaiah McClellan knocking that ball away and thwarting any kind of offensive momentum that Peoria had at that point. Everybody kind of regaining position, if you will, here. As we wait for the officials to toss things back in. And again, a nice job by McClellan to get it away and over to Jackson Price. He'll bounce it off. The Lions headbutting up ahead. Boilermakers playing good defense down deep. A clearing kick going to bounce off of a couple of defenders. Nice job here by Demarion Thomas of Kewanee. Nice to see him back out there. Lead pass up ahead for the Boilers. Isidro Martinez on the breakaway. Can he get it? He's driving up ahead. Defense on his back. They're going to knock it away. Can he get it? Tries to clear it off. The defense catches up to the right side. Over there, it's going to go to Alan Saucedo. Unfortunately, not able to drag it in in motion. And he'll have to clear it back out just a little bit. Isidro had the break. He just couldn't quite clear the defense on that play. Peoria with a clearing kick. Up ahead left side, Jesus Del Toro has it for Kewanee. Lead pass up ahead to Martinez. Isidro inside the goal. Shot up, going to be blocked by one of the defenders up front. And that will be another shot on goal for the Boilers. Once again, very exciting down inside. Just not able to capitalize. Kewanee again tries to work the offense. Ball here to the near side. Sent upfield this time by Henry Araheta. Deep. And the Boilers will send it away. And a collision out across the 40. And this is going to be contact against Kewanee. It's going to give Peoria a kick. I don't know about the Boilermaker 42, I believe. I'll play that time as Isaiah McClellan was going after the ball and a defender, and unfortunately ended up he kind of knocked the defender over just a bit. So the kick coming from the Kewanee 40 from that far left sideline. The approach, and there's a deep kick. Gustavo Bermudez up to knock it down, and that ball sails a little bit left off his hands. That's a break for the Boilers because Gustavo was not able to control that ball. Slipped off his hands. Had that been in front of the net, that would have been a goal. Fortunately, not the case. Northwesterly wind starting to stir. That would suggest we've got a cool night coming up. And a corner kick for Peoria from the far left side all the way across the mouth of the goal, and no shot of any sort that time. And the Boilers will put things back in motion. Bermudez. Going to be a short pass as the Boilers going to try and work the field. Diego Torres. Pass into the middle of the field. It's going to be intercepted by Jesus Velasquez. Back the other way. And another fine job over on that far right sideline by Isaiah McClellan. Ball over around the midfield stripe. And the Boilers will toss it in. And a nice headbutt this time by Joel Lopez of Peoria to knock it back the other way. Boilermakers will respond back the other way. And again, we're going to have a stoppage of play here. And it's going to be another free kick, this time for the Lions. And this will come from the Peoria right at about their 40-yard line. Make that the 38. So let's see what happens here. It's going to be a deep kick. A nice little slot opening up on the field. Let's see. Going to be a side-by-side line drive kick. Just about clears the defense. Nice job to Marion Thomas to knock it away. The Lions there offensively trying to get a break. Off to the right side. This could be trouble here. And it will be a goal this time off the right side by Christian Ibarra. You could smell that one almost coming. And that's a tough one for the Boilers at the 30-17 mark here of this second half. And Peoria now with a 3-2 lead. That's a tough one because the Boilers have been playing so well, as has Peoria for that matter. But you kind of almost see that play coming, and unfortunately the Boilers not able to thwart the attack. So 3-2, the Lions lead 30-17 here in the second half. I tell you, if anyone in the world has the ability to track flies, it seems to be me. And I wish they would go out the window. Nevertheless, the Lions trying to control. Boilermakers with a nice job here. Alex Barone about midfield with the steal. Clearing pass up ahead. Past Jackson Price. He'll send it back to Gustavo Bermudez. A high kick. Way out over the right sideline, just outside the 30-yard line. Peoria very quickly. Jesus Velasquez will toss it in. Boilermakers back. Jackson Price will just kind of scoop this one out of bounds and shut down any offensive momentum. But Peoria will have the side kick over there, bringing it in to Henry Iraheta. Ball knocked away. And the Boilers will be bringing this in this time. Iker Caudillo from that far side. Well, some discussion as to who should be who and where should be where. But it does appear the Boilers will toss it in. Knocked down very quickly by the Chiefs. Alfonso Osageda has it for just a moment. Knocked away. Lions trying to set their offense. Clearing to Henry Iraheta. To the left side. This time, Josu Martinez. And the ball squibs out of bounds again. And Isaiah McClellan doing a nice job defensively this afternoon for the Boilermakers. And he's thwarted several attacks. He and Jackson Price both back there have done a great job. Out of bounds off the far side once again. And the Lions moving towards the mouth of the goal with their offensive players. This is going to be a kick from about the Boiler 25. Side to side kick. Going to be head butted away. Good defense that time. And Peoria trying to work the offense. Boilers trying to push it back. They're looking for a way to get the steal. Perhaps a clearing kick to move upfield. Ball out of bounds on the far side. Nice job by Iker Caudillo. Up ahead. Passing to Alex Barone. They're looking for Isidro Martinez in the middle of the field. Ball knocked away, but the Boilers will bring it back in. Caudillo from right around the 10-yard line of Peoria to toss it in to Jesus Del Toro. And the ball high in the air, just kind of falling down between several players. Another infraction of sorts. Boilers will kick it from the 15. Now, there will be defenders in the way, but Isidro Martinez will have the kick this time. Let's see what happens here. from the Peoria 15. Everybody's lining up near the mouth of the goal best they can. Here's the kick. Too high, way over the top of everything once again. And that's the second time in the game, unfortunately, for Isidro that's happened. And just like the first time, he's extremely upset with himself. He knows he had a bit of an opportunity. We've seen him make the line drive kicks, but the last couple have just kind of floated on him. Maybe getting that foot underneath the ball just a little bit too much and just a little bit too much air. But we know he can do it. There's no questioning that. Free kick here from the goal line for Peoria. They're having trouble clearing. And it's going to be Jordani Vasquez trying to clear it out to Josu Martinez. 3-2, Peoria now leads this match. We're down to about the 26-minute mark here of the second period. Martinez down near the mouth of the goal. Another shot on goal, and once again, this one's way too high, up and over the top of everything. That's another shot on goal for the Boilermakers, however. Boy, some opportunities there. I hesitate to say missed opportunities, but some opportunities where they didn't cash in. I guess that's one of those vocabulary things, but nevertheless, for Isidro, he's just got to be kind of licking his chops to say, man, oh man, give me one more of those. From the mouth of the goal, the Peoria goalkeeper sends it out to the 35. Boilers on the attack, up ahead left side. Kingston Peterson back to the middle of the field. And I believe it's going to be an offsides here against the Kewanee Boilermakers. Free kick coming up here for Peoria from the Lion 17-yard line. Kick all the way up ahead. Nice job by the Boilers on the defense that time. Demarion Thomas with the headbutt. Over here to the near side. The ball is going to be squibbed away by Diego Torres. Back, however, to the Lions here on the near side. Ball punched away. Good job by Peterson on that one. Good quick foot action. Ball inbounded. Peoria on the right side. Looking to get a shot. And here is a shot this time on goal by Jose Paz. That one's going to float off to the left side. And we're going to call that a save there that time. But that ball was sailing and just kind of getting away. So we hold it 3-2 Peoria. Gustavo Bermudez will send a little kick off over to the right side corner. Over there to Alan Saucedo. Lead kick up ahead, going to be sent back. Check that Isaiah McClellan over there in that corner. Back to him once again. Time he'll throw it up ahead. Looking down that right sideline. Peoria this time with an intercepting kick that's going to be wide left of the net. And so Gustavo to toss it in once again for the Boilers. Actually, it looks like he's going to kick it from the mouth of the goal. Everybody assuming their positions upfield. Peoria trying to bring the offense down. Kick out across the 30. Rolls up ahead near the 45. Peoria trying to get the interception and working the offense. Boilers back defensively very nicely, thwarting the passing lanes. Alex Barone working through the defense. Pass up ahead, left side, Kingston Peterson. They've got Isidro Martinez in the lead. Isidro up ahead, and unfortunately, not able to control that pass. If they could have got it down in his wheelhouse, it was one-on-one, and who knows. But unfortunately, the Boilers not able to gather that one in. So it'll be a kick this time for the Lions from the Peoria 29-yard line. Isidro Martinez doing a little adjustment of one of his thigh pads. Here's that kick by the Lions. Up ahead, head butted away by Demarion Thomas. Well, he's just a great defender, isn't he? Alex Barone, lead pass up ahead. They've got Isidro on the left side. Can he control it? No, ball gets away. Back once again, it's going to go to Alex Barone of Kewanee. And a great job defensively by the Lions this time. Jefferson Nunez on the steal. He's now through a couple of defenders up ahead on the right side. Ball knocked away. He'll pick it back up at the 25, trying to work it up ahead. A little fake to the right, back to the left. Ball knocked away. Alex Barone, a good job defensively. And the officials calling the whistle here. And the Boilers will be kicking from right around the Kewanee 25-yard line. A lot of action. 3-2 Peoria. 21-20 here in this second period. Free kick coming up here from about the Kewanee 23. Nice job by Jackson Price. Knocked down by Kristen Ibarra. Ibarra scored the goal-ahead goal with 30-17 here in the second half. Kingston Peterson to toss it in from the near side left. Alex Lee in for the Boilers, setting down Diego Torres. Isidro Martinez also setting down Jesus Del Toro back in. Boilers tossing it up ahead, looking for Del Toro on the left side. Tries to get up ahead. A little bit of contact here, but no call. Del Toro tosses it in from the sideline. Peoria very quickly clearing it out of there. Long pass away upfield to the Boiler 10. Kicked away by Gustavo Bermudez. Wow, what a kick. All the way down near the 35-yard line of Peoria from the Boiler 10. That's a pretty good kick that time. Peoria to toss it in from the far side. Nice job by Jackson Price to kind of kick that ball away, clear it out of there into the Lion bench, and they'll toss it back in. Nice job out at midfield this time by the Boilermakers' Dontel Womack, going through a couple of defenders trying to control the ball. Knocked away, and it's going to be an infraction here against the Boilers. So from about the midfield stripe, the Lions will have a free kick here. Everyone dropping back into position. Boilers dropping back defensively inside their 20. And the Lions moving some of their offensive pieces into place. Deep kick. Look out. This could be trouble. Gustavo has it, fields it right at the goal line. I think that ball, I don't know if it's maybe picking up a little moisture on the field, whether it's a little bit wet, but been a little bit problematic trying to just kind of catch it on the fly at times. Pass out up ahead to the far side. Boilermakers trying to get some offense. Chance to Splinter, controlling. He'll get the return pass back. Lions will steal it away. Chance back into the action again. This time taken out of there by Jesus Del Toro. But the Lions will return the favor. Quickly up ahead, lead pass. And Gustavo out from the mouth of the goal. He's going to roll it up ahead. Off to the right side. Ball stolen away over there by Armani Alonso. Alonso tries to bring it up, but another infraction. And the Boilers will bring it in from the far side. Isaiah McClellan tossing it up ahead. Ball out of bounds now on the far side. It'll go back to Peoria to bring it in this time. 3-2 Peoria. We're down to the 18-minute mark here of this second half. Boilers have played very, very well here this afternoon. I know they're down by one, but they played well. They really have. Lead pass up ahead. Foot race. Can the Boilers get to it? No, not quite, unfortunately. The goalkeeper sending it upfield down the left side, right into the Lion bench. Kewanee very quickly tossing it in to Chance to Splinter. Chance with a clearing kick. Looking up ahead this time to Alex Barone. Off on the far side, out of bounds. Boilers to toss it in here. Barone bringing it into Del Toro at about the 30. Over to the left side pass for Kingston Peterson. Ball knocked away. Back out on top. Picked up by Alex Ramos. Over to Alex Lee. Bit of a scrum here on the near side.
Peoria's Jefferson Nunez coming out of there with it. Up ahead with a pass this time. It's going to go to Jose Paz. Shot on goal and a nice save this time by Gustavo Bermudez. Gustavo's had a solid game, no question about it. Clearing kick up near the 40. Peoria knocks it down. Here on the near side, Jefferson Nunez with a clearing pass over to Jesus Velasquez. He's aiming for the goal, but this one is wide, way to the left. And so the boys will bring it back in. Gustavo Bermudez will kick from the goal line. The approach. And the kick up across the 30. Kind of a scramble out there between Alfonso Osageda and also the Boilermakers' Alex Gobelin. Check that Alex Barone. Clearing pass up ahead across the 40-yard line of Kewanee. Boilers doing a nice job defensively. Peoria trying to mount a little bit of an attack. Ball out of bounds on the far side. And the Boilers to bring it in. We're inside of 16 minutes here in this contest. 3-2 Peoria. Still plenty of time. Pass up ahead. A nice headbutt this time by the Boilermakers' Alex Lee. Kewanee trying to mount the attack. An intercepted pass by Anthony Darelli. And the Lions will send it upfield very quickly. And McClellan's going to turn and just simply blast this ball out of bounds. Peoria had numbers on the attack that time and a nice job, but they're deep in Boilermaker territory after the inbound. Jesus Velasquez had it for a moment. But again, the Boiler defense has been solid this afternoon. Clearing kick over here to the near side. And the ball out of bounds. Anthony Darelli here on the near side, set to bring it in. Instead, hands off to Josu Martinez. Pass upfield. Nice job by the Boilermakers. Demarion Thomas to clear it out of there. Peoria working back the other way. Pass up ahead. Jackson Price knocks it down. He'll send it over to the side. And Isaiah McClellan. Long, nice pass up ahead. Going to be intercepted, sent right back by the Lions. Peoria trying to work the offense. Jackson Price stepping in defensively. Up ahead, Barone. Back to Del Toros. Nice play. Intercepted by the Lions. And once again, this ball is going to be sent out of bounds by the Boilermakers. Isaiah McClellan, once again, just trying to stave off the attack on that far side. Peoria leads 3-2. We're down to the 14-minute mark here in the second half. Off the inbound, it's going to come in to Luis Oriana. And they'll clear it out just a little bit, but the ball on a scrum on the far side, just about out of bounds, barely still in. Peoria, a little bit more aggressive here offensively in the second half. Boilermakers not quite as much as they were in the first half. Kick out on top, knocked down by the Kewanee defense. Boilers' defense has been solid all day. There's no question about it. Here on the near side, Josu Martinez to toss it in for Peoria. Alex Lee just about has it out of there. Demarion Thomas kicks it up ahead. Headbutted away by Kingston Peterson. An attack here on the near side, met by Jefferson Nunez. He's going to hand it off this time to Kristen Ibarra to toss it in. Peoria trying to work it up ahead. Back to Ibarra. Boilers with a nice job intercepting. Jesus Del Toro clears it up ahead. Ball out of bounds here on the near side. And the Boilermakers will be tossing it back in. Peoria leading by a score of 3-2. We're inside of 13 here in the ball game. Here on the near side, Boilers having trouble getting it up ahead. Toss in by Alex Lee, going to be intercepted. Kicking up ahead, Kristen Ibarra. Fortunately, the Boilermakers back on defense. Jackson Price just kicking it far wide and out of bounds. And that one is going to end up in the Pleasant View Cemetery. Well, for Jackson Price, that's a good move because the offense was coming. Not a lot of defense back, so that clears that whole zone very, very quickly. Well, an infraction here. The Boilers will have a kick. And Jackson Price right from the Boiler 5-yard line. Back and forth up ahead. Peoria with a steal on the pass here. Headbutted up ahead by Jefferson Nunez. And for the Boilers, Isaiah McClellan on the right side trying to lead the offense up ahead through 2 defenders. And the Lions are going to steal this one back. Isaiah had the right thing going on. The Boilermakers were starting to head to the middle of the field, but just couldn't get there quick enough that time. Kewanee tossing it into Alan Saucedo. And we have another infraction. And this one going back to the Lions. They'll bring it from the far side. Inside the... Let's see the exact spot here. Look like a couple of spots potentially. There it is from the Kewanee 47. Pass going to be stolen away. Isidro Martinez on the breakaway. Can he beat the defense? He's on the move. He's on the move. He's on the move to the right side. Shot on goal. Yes! Isidro Martinez from the left side beats the defense. His second goal of the game with 10:34 here in this second period. Isidro, his second goal of the game. And kind of getting that monkey off his back for having a couple get away from him. But Isidro that time with a great job of controlling and just charging down, beating the defense, getting the shot to the left corner of the goal. Very nicely done by the Boilers. Very nicely done by Isidro Martinez. Boilers energized by that one, trying to work the offense. Ball out of bounds here. Kingston Peterson to toss it in. Looking up ahead for Alex Barone. Barone at the sideline, trying to get a clearing kick. Ball knocked away. Scramble down in the corner.
That'd be a Matt Taylor question, and he might have something up in the field house. I just don't know.
Now we're waiting for this kick from the corner as the Peoria Lions will be bringing it in from deep in their territory. Very deep, I might add. Everybody dropping back for their respective positions. There's a kick out from the corner. Boilers playing defense, but they're on the offensive side of the field. Can they maintain control? They drop it back across the stripe. Jackson Price with a lead pass up ahead. It's going to squirt out of bounds on the far side. We're all tied up at 3. 9 minutes left here in this contest. Nice job by Isidro Martinez. He had missed a couple of goals earlier, and he had missed one of those where you get like that free shot from the 4-yard line, sailed high. He had a couple of those, and he was really, he was chewing on himself pretty good about those, but make amends here and did it very, very nicely so. So we're set to resume. The Peoria goalkeeper to toss it in from the, rather to kick it in from the goal line. Down to the 8.5-minute mark. Up ahead, going to be headbutted away by Alex Barone at about the 35. Jesus Del Toro on the right side. And a stoppage of play and an infraction here. Free kick coming up for Peoria. The Lions back at their own 33. Everybody dropping back to their respective positions, both offensively and defensively. Little high kick out around the 36. Alex Ramos headbutting it away for the Boilers. Kiwani trying to get that lead pass up ahead. There it is, but a little bit too deep, too far off, and he's going to let that ball go out of bounds that time. So, Boilers trying to get some offense going on that play, but not able to control the pass that time. On the far side, Lions trying to bring it in. Going to be an infraction against Peoria, and the Boilers will bring it in deep down in Lion territory. We'll be tossing it in here from about the 20-yard line. Ball's going to be head-butted away by the Chiefs. A clearing pass. I knew I was going to say that sooner or later. I meant the Lions. Kingston Peterson here on the other side for the Boilers trying to control that. And no luck at that point. Back to Kiwani. Alex Barone to toss it in. Up ahead to Peterson. Deep in the left corner. Ball going to be kicked away by the Lions. And it's going to be a corner kick here for the Boilers. Everybody lining up right in front of the mouth of the goal. Both offense and defense. Once again, a corner kick coming up. There it is. Headbutted by the Boilers. Alex Barone near the goal, but cannot get it through the thicket of defenders. Otherwise, that was a nice play. It really was. They just could not convert. Alex Lee here from the near side to toss it in. Kingston Peterson trying to clear it. Looking for Alan Sacedo. Sacedo has it. Ball knocked away. Cleared out of there by the defense. Shot upfield toward the mouth of the goal. And I think we'll call that a shot on goal that time. That's going to be a save for the Lions. Very quickly, Peoria clears the ball to the other end of the field. We're inside of 6 minutes here in the contest. We're all tied up at 3. Ball to the far side. Peoria will have a kick right along the goal line. And the Lions will bring it in this time to Jesus Velasquez. Ball knocked back away and out of bounds on the far side. Boilers to bring it in from over there. Beg your pardon, it'll be the Lions. They'll toss it in. The ball squirts away. Picked up by Gustavo Bermudez, the Boiler goalkeeper. Gustavo kicking up ahead. Alex Barone. Squib pass up ahead. They've got Isidro in the open again. Can he do it? Here comes the defense. Isidro going to be hounded. Here's a kick. And did that one... let's see, there's a real scramble down there. I don't think that one got in, but I'm trying to clarify here. Don't believe that Isidro was able to get it in. He was hounded by the defenders and was able to shake them off and had a shot on goal. Unfortunately, not able to control this one. The defense was all over him that time. But another breakaway, and you can see the strategy is keep Isidro kind of in the middle of the field. Get your passers to pass it up ahead. As it is Peoria with a free kick from their own 48. Deep kick up ahead. Gustavo Bermudez catching it at the mouth of the goal. Passing up ahead to Alex Barone. His pass going to be knocked down. Ball squirts off to the far corner, out of bounds. And for the Boilers very quickly, Isaiah McClellan tossing it in. Head butted away this time by Yordani Vasquez. Ball out of bounds. We're inside of 4 minutes here. And again, we're all tied at 3. Boilers have played really well here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Peoria's got a really nice club on their hands. No two ways about it. But the Boilers have played them pretty much even Steven. I guess that's not a secret to say that when you're tied at 3. But nevertheless, Peoria now are going to have a free kick from the Boiler 18. This could be trouble here. Defenders and offensive players lining up. You get to stack up 3 defenders about 12 yards off the ball. Here's the approach on that kick. It's high, it's looping, it's up. This one hits the upright and then bounces away. And then the Lions try again to bring it in. But the ball's knocked away by Kewanee. Action down on the Boiler end of the field. Ball out of bounds. Peoria's going to have a corner kick coming up here. We're down to 2:40 in the contest. From the near side, this ball is going to be tossed in. It's going to be off to the side and behind the net. So not even really a shot on goal. Jackson Price will kick from the goal line here for Kewanee. The approach, side winding kick all the way across the 40. Picked up by Anthony Dorelli of Peoria. Boilermakers will knock it away. Ball knocked out of bounds here on the near side by Luis Oriano. Boilers to bring it in. Alex Lee tossing it up ahead. Through the defender, back to Alex. Alex Barone headbutts it up ahead. Back to Barone at the 30. In the stop, stuck inside of two defenders. Barone gets loose. Down to the 25, near the 20. Ball still kind of loose. Nobody's got control of it. Now the Peoria defense will clear it out. Up ahead, McClellan on the right side for the Boilermakers. Kewanee with Saucedo trying to control. Almost had it back to McClellan. To Saucedo. Clearing pass Isidro Martinez, middle of the field. Shot on goal. It is good! Isidro Martinez. Holy Moses. Isidro with his third goal at 1:26 here in the contest. Wowzer. Terrific play by the Boilers, and the hat trick for Isidro Martinez. Wow. What a game for him, and the Boilers leading 4-3 with 1:26 here. All right, fellas, just bring it home. That's all you got to do. Let's bring it home. Some kind of an infraction off of the centering kick there. They're going to do it one more time. And the Lions will be bringing it all here. Henry Iraheta passing up ahead. Jefferson Nunez on the right side. Look out. Here comes the defense. There's the offense. Nice job by the Boilers to get back defensively. They haven't cleared it. Peoria still deep in Kewanee territory. Down to 1 minute left. Boilermakers leading 4-3. Peoria trying to get it in. They do. Centering pass over to Josu Martinez. Ball knocked away by the Boilermakers. Saucedo, lead pass up ahead. Martinez clears it over to Alan Saucedo, right side. He's got the lead, the defense behind him. Saucedo with the kick. Oh, a great save by the goalkeeper that time for Peoria. But they were hanging on Saucedo. Lead pass up ahead. Going to be knocked away and out of bounds by Jackson Price. Peoria's got to go quickly. Down to 23 seconds. The Boilers up by 1. Collision out near the 10-yard line. One of the Lions is down with 15.7 seconds left. Incidental contact, but one of the Lions down. He's back up. 4-3 Kewanee. 15.7 seconds left here. Kewanee, 15.7 seconds. Peoria will have a kick from the Boiler 11 on a deep angle to the left. 3 defenders can stand about 12 yards away. Everybody else can stack up. This is a biggie here. You approaching the kick, little squibber. Oh my! It gets in. It gets right past everybody. Holy Moses, what a tough break. What a tough break that time. Peoria got the job done from about 11 yards out, but a deep angle off to the left side through the defense, and it got past the goalkeeper for the Boilers that time. And we're all tied up at 4 with 13.3 seconds left. Wow. That is a tough one. Well, some conversation out on the field with the official and Coach Jesus Bermudez. Final 10 seconds left here. Long lead pass up ahead. They've got Martinez on the left side. And not sure, that it wasn't really a shot on goal, but the Boilers started clapping before that, like almost like they had scored. And I don't know if there's an infraction there. I think that's what Isidro Martinez is saying. Let's see how this one shakes out. We're down to just 3 seconds left. We're tied at 4. Do the Boilers have that shot on goal here? I believe they do. Because the defense was all over Isidro Martinez. So Kewanee from the 4-yard line. Alex Barone will get this penalty kick. If he drops it in, it undoubtedly will be the game winner. Let's see how it plays. Alex Barone with a wonderful opportunity here. A free kick at the 4-yard line. The goalkeeper is in the goal, of course. He's centered there. Here's the kick by Barone. Yes! Alex Barone. 3.3 seconds left. And that will be your game winner. Credit the Boilers for continuing to play offense. Deep passes, looking for Isidro Martinez. Isidro driving down, defenders hammering him on the back. That's a penalty. The kick coming up from Alex Barone with 3 seconds left. And the Boilers are going to win this one 5-4. Of course, a moment ago, I thought they were going to win it 4-3. But a lot has happened. But I just don't think there's enough time here. Lightning would have to strike for that to be the case. And, of course, if there is lightning, it's a 30-minute delay. That's it. Peoria with a kick from out on top, blocked by Isidro Martinez. And the Boilermakers have picked up a very exciting 5-4 victory over Peoria. Ladies and gentlemen, in my humble opinion, this is the best that I've seen the Boilers play all year long. I've seen a handful of games so far, but this is the best they have looked. Very nicely done by the Boilermakers. Kewanee goals here this afternoon. The first one at 34-25 in the first period by Isidro Martinez. That is just incredible. The second goal by the Boilers with a minute 26 in the first period by Alan Saucedo. Very, very, very impressive. Another goal, Isidro Martinez, the 10:34 mark of the second period. Then, how about this? Isidro Martinez, his third goal of the afternoon with a minute 26 left in that second period. And the hat trick for Isidro Martinez. But don't go away whatever you do, because Peoria is going to tie this game at 4 with just 3.3 seconds left. Can you believe it? With just a handful of seconds left in this one. The winning goal from Alex Barone. 3.3 seconds left. A very, very exciting 5-4 victory for the Kewanee Boilermakers. Wow. How about that? Hoo-hoo-hoo. Peoria's good. I mean, they're good. That's a good club over there. They are good. Boilers today pick up the 5-4 victory. Let's say thanks to our Boiler Booster live stream sponsors. They include Great Dane of Kewanee, the Community State Bank of Galva and Kewanee, Kewanee Physical Therapy and Rehab Specialist, Martin Engineering of Neponsit, the Kewanee Schools Foundation, Edward Jones in downtown Kewanee, Cernovich's Auto and Truck Wrecking of Kewanee, the People's National Bank, Cerno's Bar and Grill and Coco's Coffee Shop, both in downtown Kewanee, the Mel Foster Company, Breedlove Sporting Goods in downtown Kewanee, the Ed Morse Automotive Group, Chevy and GM of Kewanee, Hammond Henry Hospital of Geneseo and Kewanee, Union Federal Savings and Loan, Goods Furniture of Kewanee, the State Bank of Toulon, Gustafson Ford of Kewanee, and OSF St. Luke Medical Center in Kewanee. Thanks to those wonderful, wonderful sponsors for making all of this possible with their sponsorship. Very exciting here today, ladies and gentlemen. The Boilermakers scoring the winning goal with 3.3 seconds left, and they win this one 5-4, the final over the Peoria Lions. That's going to do it for our broadcast here this afternoon. Certainly hope you've enjoyed it. Very, very exciting and lots of fun to see the Boilermakers play this well here today. So, again, thanks to our Boiler Booster live stream sponsors. Thanks to Mr. Jacob Doan for the camera. And thanks to our IT department for all of their contributions. And, of course, Larry Flannery, our special events coordinator. And, of course, also thanks to Mr. Tim Atwell, our athletic director. Also up here in the booth this afternoon, our principal, Amanda Tidwell, joining us here. And certainly nice to have her up here in the booth with us as well. In any event, that's going to do it from the Kewanee High School football field. I'm Bob McKee saying thanks for joining us here on this Wednesday afternoon. We'll look forward to seeing you the next time.